Good afternoon, YouTube viewers and subscribers. So, I know many of you subscribers and viewers on my channel have been very curious in the last few weeks about my choice to end making my channel. And I really didn't give any kind of background information on that or reasoning behind that because it's really a deeply private matter. However, I do think it's necessary for me to at least explain a couple of things and maybe open your eyes to something slightly different, maybe a little bit larger than ourselves. And that is that channel, that body of work that I created was actually created out of a sickness that I had. And that sickness was a lack of understanding or knowing my purpose. I was looking for something to fill a need, and so I did that, and I began to fill this need of whatever it was by making a lot of videos on a subject that I knew a lot about, or at least I thought I knew a lot about, which was, glow engines, glow RC airplane engines. So as I began to create this channel, I was filling this need, and it fed me for a while, and it made me feel good. And then as the subscriber count began to increase and the number of videos increased, I kind of kept growing and driving and feeding off of that to a point where it was just really becoming quite unhealthy for me. It consumed a lot of my daily thought and time, free time, that is, a lot of money. But in the grand scheme of things, it was really just kind of filling a temporary need for something missing in my life. Now, the title of this video, I titled it that my channel is meaningless. And don't take that wrong. It has a lot of great content, a lot of good information that many people have learned about, learned from and shared with me and others on this great hobby. And RC engines, flying, that kind of thing is a great hobby. Unfortunately, it's taking somewhat of a downturn in the world nowadays, but it is a great hobby nonetheless. But I ask you, if you've stuck with this video this long, to do a couple of things for me. Take yourself outside of your current situation, your current living situation, and make believe that you're somebody completely different that's not interested in glow engines or this hobby whatsoever, and look at that channel from a different perspective, an objective perspective, and ask yourself, what the hell purpose does it really serve? To a person that is not familiar with this hobby and is not interested in it, it means absolutely nothing to them. They're just like, well, that's just a bunch of ridiculous crap. Who cares? Well, guess what? There's a lot of YouTube channels on the internet that have the same type of impact on me when I go and look at them. Because if it's not something I'm interested in, I don't think it's worth a damn either. So there's a lot of that out there, but I'm just asking my viewers and subscribers to kind of take yourself out of your position, out of your belief system, and look objectively at my channel, and I think you'll probably agree that you'll find that, you know what, that is really kind of meaningless. So, and it took an event in my life that I'm not going to go into too great a detail on, but it became evident to me through a number of events that the loss of my companion Bella changed me in a way that I needed to be changed. It was a very life-changing event that happened, and many of you are saying, well, geez, she was just a pet. People lose pets all the time. Well, I challenge you to really think hard about whether you consider your animal companions that live with you just pets. And if you consider them just to be pets, as things that are beneath you, are not equivalent to you in any way, then maybe you need to rethink how you treat these animals. Bella was a teacher. She taught me a lot. I didn't know at the time that she was such a great teacher, but she taught me a lot about things that I knew about myself but I had repressed and didn't really know things like empathy, trust. She opened up areas of my heart that I knew existed but had been closed off to reality for most of my life. Her passing, the final day of her life that she took her last breath, was a test. And I've only come to understand in the last month or so the meaning of that event and to understand that it was a test. I passed the test. Now, the day that that happened, I felt a change. I felt her passing happen, and I wasn't even present for it. I felt a change inside of me that I've struggled with for the last year. And it's finally culminated to the point where I can't do this hobby anymore. So I've had to take myself outside of my body, outside of my current reality or existence, and look introspectively to assess what I've done in my life. This channel, like I said, has a lot of meaning for those of you that are really interested in the hobby. But as I look back now, after this enlightening event, and what my future path holds for me, it totally means nothing to me. I mean, think about this in the grand scheme of things, really. Not only take yourself outside of your current position or your current hobby and just be another human, but take another step further, even outside of that, and look at society as a whole. Look at humanity as a whole. And look at the planet, the beautiful planet that we live on, and the things that this species, this human species, has done to this planet and the state of things right now. We have so many animal species that are on the brink of extinction. Many we're not going to be able to stop. We've got our oceans so polluted that many of the species in the ocean that live there are dying off, not to mention the food that we eat is now becoming poisoned because of the trash that we've been creating and throwing in the ocean and every place else. So I mean, if you take a broader look at life in general, this hobby means absolutely nothing. So my new focus in life for the remainder of the years that I'm here, and I hope that that's a long time, is to dispense with these trivial things that many of us hold near and dear, and we held near and dear to our heart for many years. Hobbies, activities like that, things you spent money on. I'm actually dispensing with those things, and I'm refocusing my life on a little bit bigger picture, at least things that I consider to be a bigger picture. And that's why I'm ending this channel, and I really can't continue on with this anymore, because all of my future days, years left, and spare time, because I still have to work for a living, unfortunately, at least at this point, will be dedicated to learning these things that I need to learn to walk down this new path in life. And actually, it has been my true calling for many years. I just had been repressing it. So that's kind of an explanation for, hopefully a little bit better explanation for many of you that enjoyed watching the videos I produced. A better explanation for why I'm doing those things. It's not that I really don't like the hobby anymore. I love glow engines, but unfortunately I just don't have room in my life for that anymore. I have a higher calling right now, and I have to follow it. And that's really why I'm doing what I'm doing, and why I thought it was necessary for me to make this video. Now, if the end result of this video is massive people unsubscribing from my channel, fine. That's fine with me. If I have, a ton of people dislike this video, that's fine too. If you like it, that's okay. I don't expect many people to like it. However, if one thing is accomplished by you watching this video, and is for you to actually take 5-10 seconds, maybe a couple of minutes, to actually do what I suggested and take yourself out of your current situation and do a better introspective look at yourself and your life, or the things that this population, this species, this human species has done to the planet, even for a brief time, then I think this video has served its purpose. Because I really think there is a dire need for this human species to wake up and change our ways before it's too late. And everybody is in this panic mode now that the world governments are creating over this coronavirus, which seems a bit odd to me because it seems to be a rather benign illness that has a very low mortality rate, and it's not causing massive suffering and death. So why are the governments making such a big deal out of this at this time? Kind of makes you wonder. But anyway, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and hopefully you'll think about some of the things that I've said. Thank you for watching.